Well, our moms think we're funny.
Previously.
So whenever he writes anything down, it's technically a rap sheet.
Go fuck yourself, Dirk.
No, wow.
And now, the thrilling conclusion.
Let me just run upstairs and grab myself some virgin olive oil. What I'm saying is that's a way of getting around like the whole thing, like a certain rapper whose name I'm not going to mention, who shot himself and got street cred for it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's the same thing as like, yes, I have a rap sheet. Technically, I write my raps down a sheet of paper, and it's called a rap sheet. So yes, I'm a tough guy just like you are. Okay, so jealous
tough guy music with my tough guy ears.
So jealous because I'm out to get mine.
Shay with a gauge and Vanilla with a 9.
Okay, so
Thought he was solo.
thank you. That's exactly where I was going. I thought he was solo. Now all of a sudden he's like, Shay, back me up. He's calling Shay like a little pussy bitch that he is.
My friend Shay was there. You can ask him.
So I passed by the quote unquote like the girls because I need some action, and I go. So what? So is he looking for women or is he looking to get into a fight? Because it sounds like he's looking to get into a fight. I drive over there to where these haters are, be like, yo, what up, haters? Right? And then he's like, what, you got beef and everything? Yo, I got mine. My boy Shay got his as soon as he gets here. And like what? So what kind of action? So he left the studio to go, quote unquote, solo to start a fight that he couldn't back up, that he had to call his friend after going solo. I'm gonna go solo and go start some shit, and he was like, help, I shouldn't have gone solo. What a pussy.
Vanilla Ice, please don't put a hit out on us. I'm sorry for Turk.
Excuse me, this was your idea, by the way.
I said a critical analysis, not a flagrant mockery.
You knew what I was gonna do. You knew. Okay, so
Ready.
out to get mine. Shay with the gauge.
Yep.
And Vanilla with the 9.
Yep.
So he called his friend Shay on his car phone, because it's the 90s. So he didn't have a cell phone. He had a car phone. Or maybe he called his beeper and put in 911. It's like, help! I'm in over my head.
Yo,
They couldn't take my thumbs.
Yo, I want someone to come get me. Shay, can you pick me up, buddy?
Okay. Jealous, because I'm about to get mine. Shay with the gauge and Vanilla with the 9.
Ready for the chumps on the wall. The chumps acting ill because they're full of 8-ball.
Okay, so he drove by the half-naked chicks and the crack dealers in their Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
And
he says to himself, they're all just jealous.
Right. And then he's like, Shay with the gauge, Vanilla with the 9. Then what's the next line again? He's like,
Ready for the chumps on the wall.
Ready for the chumps on the wall. So and then he drives by. So he passes some hot-looking chicks, right? Which I'm pretty sure are prostitutes. Which I'm okay with him driving by. And then he goes by these like the half-naked chicks and these drug dealers in their Lamborghinis who are all jealous of him. And then he goes over to where there's a bunch of guys just hanging out on the curb drinking 40s, right? And he's like, yo, you guys better not start some shit as I'm driving by. He really is an asshole. He's just going out looking for trouble. He's like the fucking 90s version of Shia LaBeouf. It's like, where you going, Ice? Going looking for trouble.
Going to smoke some cigarettes and steal from my grandma's purse.
Give me some chicken.
So, the chumps acting ill because they're full of 8-ball. Gunshots. Ranged out like a bell. I grabbed my 9, all I heard was shells. Falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car, slammed on the gas.
Okay, so when did he actually stop and get out of the car?
That's a good question.
So I guess when Okay, so he goes over to where the crack guys are, who are all jealous of him, but he stops and he's like, hey, what's going on? Doesn't say what he's doing. He just stops in his 5.0 and be like, look at my Mustang. All you bitches driving Lamborghinis. And my car costs a third of what yours cost. It's like, jealous. but the crack guys in their Lamborghinis and their half-naked chicks are hanging around with a bunch of guys who are drinking 40s who probably, by all intents and purposes, are not smoking crack because I got my liquid crack in my hand, which is my 40. So I don't really. But why would you be hanging out with? Oh, okay, whatever. So he gets out and he's like, "Yo, don't start no shit." So he gets in his car, he drives over there, and he gets with his guy Shay, who he calls up at the last minute, be like, and Shay plus, and he's like, "Hey guys, don't start no shit. I got a gun. If you want to go down." I'm like, he's just looking for trouble. He's starting a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And then like next thing I know, I heard so then someone tried to shoot him. Rightly so, because he just comes around just he's like, I bet you they're all standing around like, it's like, yo man, what's going on? Nothing, man. Just got this hot bitch over here. She's wearing less than a bikini. What are you guys doing? So I'm just drinking from my 40, yo. Yeah. So crack business going good? Yeah. How's drunk business going? I'm drunk as fuck. How you think it's going? And they're like, oh shit. Is this that Vanilla Ice guy? Oh, here he comes again. Want to start shit. Yo, what's going on, guys? I got my 5.0. It's a rag top. You're like, what, you want to start some shit? Look at this. Plus I got my boy Shay. He's on his way. He's got a 12 gauge. What up? Huh? Yeah, I didn't think you won none of that. And then pop, pop, pop. And it's like, and then next thing you know, he's like, ah, they shooting. He starts dancing around like Kenan Ivory Wayans from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. So the guy that shows up to start shit, what does he do after gunshots go out?
I grabbed my 9, all I heard was shells falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car, slammed on the gas.
So
he's like, oh Lord, they shooting! Drive, ninja, drive!
oh, this poor Mike clipping the mic so bad. Oh, I think we're going to start putting the mic halfway across the room. Okay. Woo! Might make your head blow off. All right. Okay. So he says he grabs his gun.
Yeah.
Doesn't say he shot anybody. He said that all he hears are shells falling, but didn't say he shot anybody. But then he jumps in his car and drives away real fast. So he's just straight up pussy. But like, yeah, you guys don't want none of this. And they're like, I think we do. He's like, okay, bye.
Pop, pop. Oh, I'm getting out of here.
Okay. Jumped in my car. What?
Slammed on the gas.
Okay.
Bumper to bumper, the avenue's packed. I'm trying to get away before the jackers jack.
Okay, so obviously it's Florida. Yeah, you're not getting anywhere. So wait, before the jack...
I guess the people are going to jack him.
So you drive over to this place where there's drunk guys drinking 40s hanging out on the wall, which I'm assuming are probably gang members. You don't see like a bunch of old guys drinking 40s just hanging out on the wall, you know? So it's probably just gang members or whatever just sitting around just drinking. And they're probably selling the crack for the bigger crack guys with the Lamborghinis, because you don't see too many guys in the gang like driving a Lamborghini. But like, yeah, I got a Lamborghini, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a gang for life. Yeah, this is a life for me. Now, I've got enough money to leave and put all this behind me, but I was like, oh, why would I want to do that, right? I got a Lamborghini, all the crack I can sell. I'm like, no. So they're probably selling the crack for the guys driving the Lamborghinis. And then he pulls up there talking a bunch of shit, and they're like, oh, okay, we're going to jack this fool and take his 5.0. And then he's like, oh shit, I got to get out of here. And bumper to bumper beachfront traffic. Where the fuck are you going?
I just love the idea of him like pulling out of the alleyway and just into traffic, and it's just a dead standstill. It's like, oh, I didn't think this through.
Oh my God. Okay, so trying to get away for the jackers jack.
Police are on the scene, you know what I mean? They passed me up, confronted all the dope fiends. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it.
You're the problem. You are the problem. Throughout this whole thing, we have shown that you are the problem here. Okay, so... Oh, I know what it is. Vanilla Ice is working for the police.
Huh.
He goes over there, starts some shit, because, you know, the cop's like, okay, I know that you're the crack kingpin. I know these guys over here are selling the crack for you, but, you know, the way crack sales are done, you got like generally they got three guys. One guy's a lookout,
Right.
one guy's a money man, one guy is the drug guy. So lookout, of course, he's looking out. The money man, you go up to the money man, you're like, yeah, I want to buy some rock. You give him the money, right? And then, you know, he signals to the rock guy, yo, this guy paid me. He goes over there and the rock guy gives him the drugs.
Yeah.
So there's no exchange there of money for drugs. You're just giving this guy some money, and then you just happen to walk over here, and this guy just says like, "Oh, hey, would you like this?" Like it's like when you're like people like handing out flyers and shit.
Yeah.
And then of course you've got the lookout guy that's looking out and making sure everything is right. So the cops are like, we can't really bust these guys. But then here comes Vanilla Ice, and he goes there like starting a bunch of shit. They pull out guns, and all it's because now we got them. Now we've got them. They're pulling out guns. They're shooting in a public place. Now we have something to arrest them on. Oh look! And when we arrest you, guess what we find? Oh, you got a pocket full of crack, and you've got more money than a young man should have. Right?
That's definitely an arrestable offense.
Right. We'll just confiscate this. And then it was Vanilla Ice is like, I'm trying to get away, but really he just gets out of the way so the cops can come in there and bust all of them.
So he's a narc.
He is.
He's a narc who's trying to clean up the city streets so he can sell his sticky stars.
I think so.
Okay, well, this is all coming together.
Because all these people are like, it's like, shit, I'm so used to buying crack. What am I going to buy now? what is going to be my new addiction? Sticky stars.
Well, have you ever tried sticking these to your ceiling and you can look at the stars at night inside?
Can I smoke them? Okay, so,
right, so
police on the scene. They passed him up.
Confronted all the dope fiends.
Fucking narc.
Narc. If there was a problem, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
You saw it right now. You can take that. You can take that 9 you have. You can just place it under your chin, and whatever you do after that is between you and you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just, it's like I'm like a GPS. Like, it's like GPS. It's like Siri. Which way to the pier? The pier is over there. Now, what you decide to do at the pier, that's all on you. So I'm just telling you how to get to the pier.
I love that we're trying to cyberbully Vanilla Ice into committing suicide.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I am not saying that at all.
You implied it.
I did not imply.
You
I
implied it a little bit.
I just said that, hey, I mean, he could be resting on it. I didn't tell him which way to point the gun. He could be posing with, like guys always like go to pose and stuff like real close to their face. That's what he could be doing. Like, yo, give me a gangster. That's like when guys really want to like pose real tough. What they do, they get down like real low, like all hunched over, like a baby trying to take a shit in a corner. And that's supposed to be like real tough. I mean, I don't know why that's supposed to be tough, but that's what they do. And I'm not making fun of those guys, right? I'm just saying that's the pose. Like I describe to him, you're like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's very evocative.
So,
well, hey, we've been going for an hour. We still got another verse. Let's do another ad break.
Okay, all right. Another ad break. Damn Vanilla Ice. I told you we should have done a critical analysis of single ladies, because then it would just been we've been done already.
Yeah,
all single ladies. If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. All single ladies. Damn. I mean, we just did an analysis of the song right there. During the ad break, we did an analysis of the song. We would have been done already.
We could do a critical analysis of the Nicki Minaj song, You a Stupid Hoe.
That would require me to listen to a Nicki Minaj song.
Yeah, but that's it. It's
Yes.
just that over and over and over.
But it would still require me, now I have knowledge of the lyrics to a Nicki Minaj song where I didn't before.
Could be worse.
No, I think it'd be worse if I was actually dating Nicki Minaj. Holy shit, never wanted to be a eunuch so bad in my life.
Alright, well, hey everybody, we're back again. And we're going after our final verse of Ice Ice Baby.
Yep, Turk182 and Acomi are back with a brand new invention.
Take heed, because I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it. My town that created all the bass sound, enough to shake and kick holes in the ground.
Oh, okay. That's pretty straightforward. I got no problems with that, so...
Right.
I see, yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
Miami invented bass.
Okay, yeah, the bass sound. I can say that did come from Miami, or I don't know if it did, but I know that Miami is really known for the bass sound.
All right.
Yeah.
Because my style's like a chemical spill, Feasible rhymes that you can vision and feel.
Because my style is like a chemical spill.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel contaminated and intoxicated by it, and I feel like by listening to these lyrics that I am somehow going to like be transformed like that guy from RoboCop. Actually, once we're done with this, I'm gonna wander out in traffic and be like, "Help me, man!" and hope that somebody hits me with a car.
I think what's more likely to happen is you're just going to wind up like the Toxic Avenger. Just permanently deformed.
Well, at least he got some muscles out of it.
Oh, that's true.
Even though his face was all fucked up.
So, feasible rhymes that you can vision and feel, that makes sense, although it's like really poorly worded.
Feasible?
Yeah.
Feasible rhymes? Feasible rhymes?
Maybe the lyric is actually visible rhymes.
Yeah, let's say it's visible.
But then that's visible rhymes that you can vision and feel.
Yeah, this is the verse that he wrote. You're like, that's redundant. I am not. Like, okay.
You're redundant. Okay, well, I know that feasible typically means like, you know, how possible is it? How like likely is it, right?
Okay, so far none of this is likely with him in his 5.0, like driving over there to where the rock guys are and be like, "Hey, it's me, Vanilla Ice, the white guy rapper." You're like, there ain't no such thing.
Okay, so the dictionary definition of feasible is possible to do easily or conveniently, likely or probable. So I guess he's saying that it's like easy and convenient rhymes, that it just like comes really easily for him.
That were written by somebody else. So I guess that did come really easy for me. Yeah. Like, man, this is so great. All I do is I give somebody money and they give me rhymes. It's so easy.
But yeah, like, I think saying you can vision and feel, I think that's a little bad. But
that's real bad.
It's clunky.
Feasible rhymes that you can vision and feel. Okay.
Yeah, not the best line here. Conducted and formed. This is a hell of a concept. We make it hype, and you want to step with this. Shay plays on the fade, slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade.
Okay, so all right, let's back up and let's go a little slower here. All right, so
that's the thing. Is like there's no convenient stopping point. He just goes with this.
Feasible rhymes. What's before feasible rhymes? What's before that?
My style's like a chemical spill.
Okay, my style's like a chemical spill, which is there just so we can say feasible rhymes that you can vision and feel, but feel and spill don't actually like rhyme.
They do in Miami.
I guess it's Miami. Okay, so
breaking news: Florida man rhymes spill and feel.
That's it. This is all just a rap by Florida man.
Yes.
Now it all makes sense. Okay, so why would you compare your rhymes to a chemical spill? Chemical spills are bad.
Because they spread everywhere and nobody can stop them.
Like, nobody decided, like, did you hear about Chernobyl? I know. We bought property there already. I can't wait to go put my house there. He's like, we were going to buy a house in 3 Mile Island, but then Chernobyl happened, and we're like, oh, what the hell? And it's like, oh, you guys are going to Chernobyl? Oh, we're going to, Fujiko, Japan. Have you heard about what happened there? And it's like, the whole place, it glows in the dark. That's why he glows when the lights are off, because his rhymes are a chemical spill.
Yeah.
So basically what he's saying is he's just toxic. He is the 90s version of the coronavirus.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right, so rhymes like a chemical spill. Feasible rhymes. I'm sorry, yeah. Like a chemical feasible rhymes that you can
vision and feel. Conducted and formed. This is a hell of a concept.
Okay.
We make it hype, and you want to step with this.
Concept, you want to step, okay. With this.
Shay plays on the fade, slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade.
Okay, slice like a ninja, cut like... Okay, those are very visual.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that, except for... It doesn't really add anything to the song, like... What are you slicing like a ninja? I mean... Is he talking about like the...
I would assume that it comes in with Shay plays on the fade.
Well, so is Shay DJ Earthquake?
I don't know.
Is that his real name?
It beats me.
Because that's who the DJ is DJ Earthquake. He'll be the one that would be on the fade, right? And he'd be the one that would be like scratching and slicing the. I've never heard of someone slicing the record, but yeah, but slicing it up, chopping it up, whatever.
I mean, like that could be like the edits and stuff.
What edits?
Like splicing and cutting everything together.
Nah, man, that's what the that's what when you're doing that, and you got somebody on the turntables. That's what they're doing, man. They're putting all that stuff together. So
slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade. Except, well, like from there, he says, so fast other DJs say damn. If my rhyme was a drug, I'd sell it by the gram.
So fast.
So maybe he's saying that he's as fast as a ninja cutting with a razor blade or some shit.
But okay, what does speed have to do with it? He doesn't rap really fast. Like Jay-Z used to do some fast rhymes. Like Twista does some fast rhymes. You know, like what is he fast rhyming?
He is not objectively, but he must have thought that he was.
Okay, all right. So the DJs say, "Damn." So I guess he's talking about Shay, who's on the turntables, messing with the fade, right? He's like slicing the records up back and forth, and he's so fast with this that other DJs look at him like holy shit! It's like I'm not that guy. I can't do this that well.
Yeah.
Other DJs say, "Damn, he's so good." Okay, I can put that all into context.
Yeah,
makes perfect sense to me.
That works beautifully.
Then we go to the next part, which is if my rhyme was a drug, I'd sell it by the gram.
As you do with drugs.
Right. But if my...
I mean...
So his rhyme gets you high.
I guess. I think he's just saying, if he's saying that his rhymes are so good that if they were drugs, they'd be highly marketable drugs.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
the same drugs that are killing your brain cells.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think that's feasible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's just saying his rhymes are the good shit, so to speak.
Okay. All right. I'll let it go.
Keep my composure when it's time to get loose. Magnetized by the mic while I kick my juice.
I can't say I've ever heard of like spitting rhymes as being like kicking juice.
This was the 90s.
I was around back in the 90s. I still don't remember that. So
that's the most condescending thing you've ever said to me.
What?
I was around in the 90s.
Okay. So what's something when it's time to get loose? What is he?
Magnetized by the mic while I kick my juice.
Before that. Something
keep my composure.
Oh, so keep my composure when it's time to get loose. Okay, great. Keep my composure when it's time to get loose. I fully understand that.
Yep.
Keep my composure when it's time to get loose. Magnetized by the mic when I kick my juice.
Yeah.
Even though I've never heard of rapping as being called kicking my juice, I've never heard that before. But okay, I'll let it go. And like when he's doing his thing on the microphone, like the mic just has him, and like okay, I can take that. Like the mic is his calling. Still haven't heard what this brand new invention is yet. Yeah, that's right. It's the sticking to the walls like Spider-Man, like a glow in the dark Spider-Man. Okay.
If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while D. Shay revolves it.
I think it's supposed to be DJ. Okay. So we still know who VIP is. I'm just gonna go back to that. Still know who VIP is. And. He keeps saying that if there's a problem, we've already identified the problem, but he's not doing anything about it. He just keeps going, oh, if there's a problem, it's like the person that would be like, that tells you to help you move, right? And it's like, yeah, man, if you ever need anything, just let me know. Just give me a call. I can give you some help. Yeah, man. Yeah, anytime you need some help. Well, I got this thing going on. Speak. Yeah, sure thing, bro. Yeah, you come on. Just let me know, and I'll help you out. Okay, well, yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, man. Yeah, just let me know. Just give me a time, right? And I'll be there. That's him. Yeah, if there's a problem, just let me know, man. I'll solve it. It's like, well, I got a problem. Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, dude, you're so full of shit, dude.
Pretty much.
You're not going to help anybody with anything.
Oh, well, we do have this one final line here, which is, yo, man, let's get out of here. Word to your mother.
Well, aren't they sitting in traffic, waiting on traffic to move?
Well, no, I don't think that it's all like a simultaneous occurrence.
So he's just picking random shit and just telling it all out of order.
Yeah.
It's like one day I said I was going to go solo. And another day I was driving down the street and there were these girls waving at me. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And then another day I went and I was like, hey, there's a bunch of guys in Lamborghinis and like they're all like, jealous of me because I got this, this 5.0.
Yeah.
And then another day I was hanging around with these guys that were like, drinking 40s on the block. And then another day someone started shooting. One day I grabbed my gun. One day I got in the car and got stuck in traffic.
Yeah. So he's just like telling his friends all these stories like, hey guys, I ever tell you about that time that I made my first $3,000 selling these cool sticky stars? I bought a 5.0.
This is like the plot to a Tommy Wiseau movie.
And I was driving and these pretty girls waved at me. But I didn't pick them up or nothing because Jesus is sad when you have pre-martial sex. And then I went and talked to some other successful guys with Lamborghinis, and my friend Shay was there, and we had guns. It was pretty cool, guys.
You should have been there. Yeah. I'm gonna go home now. I'm kind of tired. But hey,
why is he Forrest Gump?
I wasn't going Forrest Gump. I was gonna be like, but hey, I always got your back, bro. So if you ever got a problem, I'll solve it for you. If you ever got a problem, how I hear that in my mind, like. Yeah, if you got a problem, I'll solve it. That's how I get that in my mind.
Yo, Adrian! Check out my hook!
Hey, you got a problem, I'll solve it for you,
Oh, wow. He wrote this when he was 16.
It sounds like he wrote it when he was 16.
The lyrics describe a shooting and Van Winkle's rhyming skills.
What, is it? A shooting in his skills or a shooting and his skills?
And
his skills.
I'm just a bit congested.
A shooting and his skills. I did hear about the shooting. I'm still waiting on the skills.
They're like a chemical spill.
That's right.
Feasible
that's right.
rhymes you can vision and feel.
Okay, so skills and spill. those should have been put together. Those should have been the things that were put together.
I didn't do it. Of the song's lyrics, Van Winkle stated in a 2001 interview that if you released Ice Ice Baby today, it would fit in today's lyrical respect among peers. You know what I'm saying? My lyrics aren't pump it up, go, go. At least I'm saying something.
Sure you are.
Immediately followed by further information. List of songs that have been the subject of plagiarism disputes.
So he said if you were to put his song in a what?
If you released Ice Ice Baby today, it would fit in today's lyrical respect among peers.
And he said in an interview from 1990 what?
In 2001.
Apparently he went back to the rock guys and was like, hey, I'm so sorry about all the shit I said. I think you guys really do a service to the community, and I'd like to buy some of your fine crack. Really? Like, no. There is no way that...
The way I do stuff is to go through old records that my brother has. He used to listen to rock and roll and stuff like that.
And stuff like that. He used to listen to rock and roll and stuff like that.
I listened to funk and hip-hop because rock wasn't really my era. But having a brother like that, well, I just mixed the two. And he had a copy of Under Pressure. And putting those sounds to hip-hop was great. Van Winkle described himself as the first rapper to cross into the pop market and said that although his pioneer status forced him to take the heat for a lot of people for his music's use of samples, the criticism he received over sample use allowed sampling to become acceptable in mainstream hip-hop.
Yeah. No, you didn't. There was a big deal about sampling long before he showed up. and I could give you like a brief history on that.
Well, we've been going for like.
Oh, I'm not going to. I said I could, but I'm not going to. I don't really think. I mean, come on. Discrediting Vanilla Ice's rapping skills, right, is akin to kicking an old man holding a baby down a flight of stairs. I mean, really, that's like digging a person up and then like digging two people up in their coffins and then switching their bodies and then burying them again. They're like, really? What's the point? I mean, what have you really done? Like, you don't look cool at that. You haven't proven anything. Like, no, that's all you've done is waste a lot of people's time and made people just go, yeah. I know you thought you were trying to do something, but yeah.
Oh well. So that was Ice Ice Baby.
That was Ice Ice Baby. So okay, so let's go ahead and just our critical analysis. Your final thoughts there. So now that you've dug into the lyrics.
Well, I think that Detroit-based rapper Eminem says it best here. When I first heard Ice Ice Baby, I felt like I didn't want to rap anymore. I was so mad because he was making it real hard for me.
And I know Vanilla Ice heard that and was like, and took it to mean like, yo, his lyrics are so good, there's no way I can compete.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Eminem's just like, fuck, he killed my love for the craft. But yeah, no, my final thoughts, it's not a very good song, is it?
It's like, yeah, as soon as I heard Ice Ice Baby, is like, it just made me want to just go get a job at McDonald's.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's very well written, honestly. I mean, like, it's a catchy song, I'll give it that.
Unfortunately, it's catchy because I do know the lyrics to the song.
Yeah.
Even though I can't say I've ever listened to the song all the way through, or have even tried to learn the lyrics to the song, but yet I do know them.
Yeah, no, it's catchy as hell. It's a fun song.
But that's because it's under pressure.
Yeah, it's Queen. So, like, it would have to be. But, I mean, like, as far as, like, it's not really saying anything. You know, it's not conveying a message. It's not well written. There's not good rhymes or good flow to it.
Mm-mm.
The only thing you can really say about it is that it's catchy.
So Beastie Boys have a song. I mean, Beastie Boys are Beastie Boys. You know, you can't. But they have a song, and it says the opening line is like, "Kicking lyrics right to your brain. When you hear this sound, you be right as rain." That's tight.
That's good.
That's tight. And that's just one lyric. That's the opening lyric to the song. You don't really open a song with your best lyric. So if that lyric is that strong, then you know the rest of the shit has got to be good.
Oh yeah.
That one lyric is better than that entire song.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've listened to it and we've dissected it. How do you feel about it?
I like the song less than I did when we started.
I don't really know if that's possible for me, if I could like the song any less. I will say that I do feel validated.
That's
In
fair.
In my initial response is like, I heard this, you know, yo VIP, let's kick it, and then like I was like, this is shit, and then tried the rest of my life to like avoid it, and it was like I had good instincts, you know.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, so yeah, I feel good about that, about being like, you know what, this is the one time when I judged a book by its opening lyrics, and I was right to do so.
Yeah, I mean, there was never a point where I felt like I needed to defend Vanilla Ice, or that I was a fan of Vanilla Ice, or that his stuff was even good, even though I grew up listening to it. In a way, I always knew that it was like really cheesy. So, and like, especially with like ninja rap, it was just like, boy, this is stupid.
So when you say you grew up listening to it, you mean listening to it as in you actively listened to it, or you grew up and it was always around and you just never bothered to like change the channel with everyone was on.
It was on my iPod.
Huh?
It was on my iPod.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I mean, I was pretty severely limited on what I could listen to, and it's like, oh, that's the closest to rap that we would get.
Okay, so
growing up in the household I grew up in.
See, this is the problem with these super protective parents for whatever reason, whether it's because, oh, I'm trying to protect you from the evils of the world because, our church said to do this or do that. With the things they say are acceptable, like, this is acceptable rap, and it's like, this is worse than anything else. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, if I had like a 5-year-old and I was like, okay, what rap song do you want them to listen to that you think is going to not fuck them up? Ice Ice Baby or like Fuck the Police? Fuck the Police. Listen to that because this is garbage.
Yeah,
this is gonna just like, I mean, this is like a chemical spill. This is gonna just rot your brain. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, well, Mom was super protective. My quote stepdad unquote was not. It was kind of a different bag for him, but yeah, no, I mean, we were just, I mean, I've told you before, like, we grew up with Christian cinema and VeggieTales and Bible Man. I mean, the non-Christian music that we were allowed to listen to was a very narrow window for a very long time.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what they pick out, they say, like, this is acceptable, normally turns out to be, like, the worst thing. Like,
oh, yeah.
That should not be acceptable at all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and you know how strongly I feel against Christian cinema nowadays, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, like, yeah.
So, yeah, that's
yeah, so I mean,
unfortunate.
it's not like I feel like a part of my childhood has died or anything, because like I've even then I knew it's like this is really bad. Just like growing up inundated with Christian cinema, I knew even then that it was bad, and I would butt heads with my parents saying I don't want to watch these movies because they're bad movies.
Right. Not because I believe in Satan. I just believe that Satan created these movies because that's how bad they are.
No, these movies are saying good things about Jesus. It's like, no. These movies don't make me feel any stronger, like, any closer to Jesus. They just make me feel like a bunch of misguided people who don't know jack about making movies made these movies. That's terrible! That was my whole childhood, was having that debate.
Oh, that sucks, dude. Oh, but, I mean... Yeah, this song was just as bad as I always thought it was. Now that I know all of the lyrics, unfortunately, that was one of the drawbacks of doing this. That it's even worse than I originally thought. It's nonsensical.
Conducted and formed. This is a hell of a concept.
Yeah, I still don't know what his brain invention is. For the guy who's I'm back, and people like, I don't know who VIP is because he ditches VIP to go solo, but then hooks up with Shay because he's got a 12 gauge. He can protect him when he goes around starting shit. So
picture it. It's late at night. The little girl is like climbing into bed. Her mom and dad kiss her goodnight. She turns out the light and she rolls over onto her back and she looks up at the ceiling and there glowing on the ceiling is Vanilla Ice. He goes, "Yo, I'm back."
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Opening credits. Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, that's really, really bad. It's a horrible song, and there's nothing good about it at all. It really is just straight up garbage. And unfortunately, it was. I think the only thing that really made it marketable was the hook and the person. It was one of those things like, oh, rap is really popular. Here's a white guy that we can put out there as a rapper. And now we're kind of delving more into him than like just the lyrics of the song. But I mean, if you took his look that he had back in the day, nothing about that said rapper. Yeah. Nothing about that. I mean, he had the like MC Hammer pants, but with the American flag colors, like the red, white, and blue, like which didn't make any sense. Like
nobody wants a roundhouse kick to the face when I'm wearing these bad boys.
It was like all that was just it was bad, but it was something that was marketable to suburbia. Under the way of rap, it's like, oh, it's like your kids are listening to rap. Well, let's give them something that you feel good about listening, a rap you feel good about listening to, and it'll be this.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's all it was. It was garbage with like, you know, a nice hook because it was Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the other part of that was, which is what a lot of artists do nowadays. And I'm going to go back to the Nicki Minaj thing, which is like, oh, I'm going to do like Baby Got Back. And it's going to be like my song. Like, it's not Baby Got Back. It's whatever it is. But pretty much it's just Baby Got Back. Because I haven't really changed anything about the song, it's the hook, or anything.
Yeah, it's just a remix. So the Nicki Minaj thing is Anaconda.
Right.
That's what her version's called. But yeah.
But it really is just Baby Got Back.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't done anything different with it. But a lot of people pick it up and it's catchy because I know it. I know this song because of that. So the parents hear Ice Ice Baby, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is, you know, the Under Pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, you know, it's Under Pressure to me. Well, no, it's not. But yeah, I get it. And like, yeah, this is just straight up garbage. And no, that's all I can say is it's just garbage.
Yeah.
Which at this point now, I think I've beaten this horse way past glue.
Yeah, I think so. Although I do want to throw out there, this kind of ties in with what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I want to throw
today.
it out too.
Well, we were talking about Thomas Kincaid, and like, you know, the guy couldn't paint for shit, but he could market like there was no tomorrow. And that's why he was successful, was that he was a really good marketer. And he was able to take something that he was not technically proficient in, but he was really good at selling it. And so I think that's kind of what we ran into with Ice Ice Baby.
Right.
Was that, like, it was the right guy at the right time. And even though he was not technically proficient at rapping, it was like, yeah, but this is just the perfect storm of what people want.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Is that he was that guy at that time. And I think the other part of it is, like, that was not, obviously that was not his image. That was a corporate image that was pushed on him, and he readily accepted it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you might say that, okay, yeah, he accepted it because it was like, oh, hey, I'm going to make a lot of money from this, and, you know, this might be the only record deal I'll get because, again, white guy rapping, you know, you really hadn't seen that in quite a while. What do you have, like, next? Snow, the Canadian rapper guy, which is, okay, whatever. And supposedly he was like a gang member in Canada, which Canada actually has gangs. I'm not sure if you guys know that. You wouldn't think they do, but apparently Canada has gangs.
They hold the door open for you whether you want it or not.
Yeah, when they go, they call you and schedule an appointment for your muggings too. Does this thing work for you? Yeah. Okay, so just remember to leave like your driver's license and any family photos. Just take them out of your wallet and leave them at home. I just want the cash and maybe one of your credit cards. Pick the one with the lowest balance. That way, you know, if it takes them a while to close it and everything, you're not going to lose that much. All right? Okay, great. I'll see you then. And then afterwards, after they mug you, they send you a thank you card. It was a pleasure sticking a gun into your ribs. You made this so easy.
It's like, no, you can't take this. I need this money. Oh, I'm sorry. Here.
Here's a picture of me getting high with the money that I stole from you.
Wish you were here.
Just like when you like support one of those kids in a foreign country and they send you a picture of them. No, I think Canadian gang members are just really brutal, just like other ones. But yeah, he sold himself out, and you may think, okay, well, yeah, I'm doing this, but this is my only shot. But you also have to look and say that if this is what you're selling yourself out for, not only are you throwing away everything that you kind of stand for in a sense, but also you're losing your chance to be what you really wanted to be because you can't just flip your image around.
Yeah,
you can't. And I mean, as long as he's happy with what he became, hey, more power to him, right?
Sure.
I mean, but if you're not, then you do have to recognize that you kind of did it to yourself, dude. And if I was put in that position, would I have acted any differently? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But, I mean, yeah, you had to look at it and been like, oh, hey, you know, even not to bring it back to comic books, but even Dr. Manhattan, when he's like, you know, they're turning me into something, you know, that I don't want. Yeah. They're turning me into a weapon, and he recognizes that, and he's like, "This is not what I want to be."
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. But yeah, he didn't. He was like, money, bitches, my own movie. You know, sure, why not? And then what? 2 years later, he was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if he lasted 2 years.
It was a very fast, like firework flare out and just gone.
I mean, dude, when Arsenio Hall like just rips you to shreds on his talk show, the Arsenio Hall show, when he rips you to shreds, you know that you have just raised the ire in people. That's so sad, yo. Again, and even though I would like to say like, I feel bad for him. Yeah, you know, this is what you stepped into, dude. You know, and you did it willingly. So
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And what's even worse is that you get hung off a balcony for that. I mean, if I'm gonna get hung off a balcony, it's got to be for a lot of things, but for that, like for selling myself out to become that. That's what hangs me off a balcony. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, we've been at this for more than an hour and a half now.
This is like our new Lambda Moo, man.
Hour 40.
Hour 40. Holy shit, an hour and 40?
Yeah.
I think we probably need to make this 2 episodes.
Well, we got 2 ad breaks in there.
Yeah, so but still, hour 40. That's a lot of listening to talk about Vanilla Ice. I mean, that's like his album on repeat 5 times.
Well, hopefully ours is more entertaining than that.
Let's hope so. God, if we had to do his entire album, I think I would just, I would, I don't know, do something to myself horrible.
Yeah, we may just make this a 2-parter. I don't mind that.
Hey, can I just toss something in here at the end, just real quick?
But sure.
And it's completely off topic, but again, as we do, there's something playing in the background, and they showed this really quick shot here of Project Greenlight. For those of you that are unaware what Project Greenlight was, and I missed what they were saying about what that has to do with whatever they're talking about here, but for any of you that are unfamiliar with what Project Greenlight was, Project Greenlight was something that was started by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon that had 2, I don't want to say ran for 2 years, but had 2 contests. That's what they were. They were movie contests, where you would write a screenplay and you write a screenplay and you submitted it to this contest, and then if you it would be evaluated, and the winner of the contest would be able to produce their movie, but the movies had to be under like $25,000 or $50,000. And then it was a reality series that was on HBO, and they were going to film them, the reality show of them making the movie. So I don't know if the first one was the Battle of Shaker Heights that had Shia LaBeouf in it, or if that was the second one, because there were only 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So I actually took part in the first Project Greenlight. And I tell you, it was probably one of the worst experiences I've had as a writer. And the reason was because I think that they, being Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, them doing what they did, and writing Good Will Hunting and all that kind of stuff. I think that they really did have the best intentions, but it was not very well orchestrated, and it was completely like it was kind of almost completely a volunteer run. So what you did was you had to write your screenplay, and and technically I'm a member of the Screen Actors Guild, because you had to write your screenplay and you had to submit it to the Screen Actors Guild. You had to register to become a member of Screen Actors Guild and all that. So technically I'm a member. I don't know if I had to pay dues or if I'm still whatever. But at the time I was. Yeah. So so you do all this stuff and you submit it to the website. So they had people that would volunteer to read the screenplays and vote upon them. So you'd be like, oh, hey, I can't write a screenplay, but I want to read one, and you go out there and you read it and vote on it. And the main criteria was that it had to be something, a feature-length movie, the script had to be so long, had to be in a proper format, and it had to be something that could be shot and filmed like with like $25,000-$50,000 or less. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was pretty much it. And there may have been some other things in there, but that's the main things I remember. So as someone that was submitting a screenplay, you had to read 3 other screenplays. So you can just submit yours. You had to. They would like, okay, these are the 3 screenplays you have to read. So it'll be a random thing. Like you submit yours, and you have to read 3 and vote upon them. So of course, other people that submitted the same thing. You've got these other judges that are out there just reading and voting on them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all well and good, except I've submitted a screenplay. Now I've got to read 3 other screenplays. Well, the problem is, of course, I'm going to say they're garbage because I'm expecting everyone else to be fair and do the right thing, but I'm not going to be fair, right? Because why? Because if yours is really good, and I'm like, holy shit, yours is really good, mine doesn't stand a chance. Of course, I'm going to say yours is shit, but there's no one out there, there's no oversight to make sure that was being done properly.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that mine was like the best, but when I got my reviews back, someone in the review for mine said that the movie only took place in one scene. Well, no, there were like 4 different locations.
Yeah.
One was a restaurant. One was the dorm room. One was no, so more than that. There was a restaurant. There was the bank that they robbed. There was the dorm room. There was the bedroom at the house that the guy and his girlfriend were renting. So, and there was a couple outdoor shots. So there was more than just one.
Right.
But then there was no one there, like I said, validating to say, is this a proper review?
Right.
One of the ones I read was, oh man, I'll never forget this, dude. It starts off with this woman, and she witnesses a hitman killing somebody. And he sees her, and she drives, and she's trying to get away from him, and he follows her, and she gets in her house, which is like the stupidest shit you can do.
Well,
He's following you, so you go home, and you get inside your house, and you lock the door, and she goes into her bedroom and locks the door and gets in the closet, and of course, he breaks into the house because you've taken him right to your house. Like, why wouldn't you drive your ass to the police department? You know what I mean? What, go somewhere where this guy is... Now, why are you going to take him to your... Anyway, so he of course, he breaks in there, and he shoots her and kills her. And then like her daughter is like there, but he doesn't kill the daughter. Okay?
Yeah.
So then we cut to like, I don't know, 10, 15 years later, and the girl's grown up, and she moves back to her old hometown, and now she's trying to like get her life back in order, and she moves back to the hometown and all this kind of stuff. And it's just this whole like drama about this girl, and like how her mind's all kind of messed up because of the death of her mom and blah blah blah. And after all these years, and she's still going to therapy and stuff, and that's it. I'm like, wait a minute.
So it doesn't go anywhere with the hitman?
No, why did you have to start off with the hitman? It could have been anything. Her mom could have died in a car accident. She could have tripped and fallen off a bridge. And she could have accidentally electrocuted herself in the bathtub. Anything would have still been as tragic. But you have to have this whole thing with a hitman that never comes back. It never comes back. It opens with that. It never comes back. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So of course I gave that a bad review because I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Then there was another one that had to do with these angels on Earth, and the one angel was like following somebody, and they were like transforming and shit. I'm like, okay, first off, this is way over budget. Second, the one angel was watching over this woman, and he would go into like this abandoned building, and he would lay down in one of the rooms and just had a single light bulb overhead. And he would lay down on the floor and just stare up at the light bulb. All right.
So that actually sounds more like a Neil Breen movie.
And so the other angel would come in there and be like, what are you doing? And blah, blah, blah. It's like, why are you wasting your time with these humans? And they would, and when there was like a pimp that was like, yo, blood, what's up? And he wore like flared, like purple bell bottoms and shit. This was supposed to be taking place in like the present day, which is not the 70s. Okay, so you have all that. The abandoned warehouse where the angel hangs out is across the street from a hospital. Now, I'm not quite sure where you live, but I cannot envision and have never seen in any city where they would put a hospital across the street from an abandoned warehouse.
Right, yeah.
That's not happening.
No.
You would never put a hospital across the street from an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah, nah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So of course I gave that a bad review.
I mean, I fix printers in hospitals. I go to a lot of hospitals. So, yeah, no. Having been to dozens of hospitals in the past year, I've never seen a single one across from an abandoned warehouse.
And I was like, and so after I got my reviews back and I looked at it, I'm like, what the fuck is, like I'm like, none of this makes any, like, all these movies are shit. Like, none of this, I don't forget what the third one was. I just remember that it was really bad. I don't remember what it, and so anyway, so I get my reviews back and I'm looking like, you guys didn't even read the script. I can tell because of what you're saying, you didn't read the script.
Right.
So of course I didn't make it to the next round. And then when Project Greenlight 2 came around, I was like, no, fuck that. And they changed some things with it, but I was already burned. I was like, fuck it. Because the people that were also judges, there was no vetting for them. Mm-hmm. So how do I know that, one, that you just haven't also put yourself out there as a judge?
Yeah.
Or had your friends come out there and just judge, like, if you have a script that's not mine, fucking tank it.
Right.
There was no oversight for any of that. And so when the second one came by, I was like, man, hell fucking no. You wasted my time before with this.
Right, yeah.
Again, I'm not putting anything against them. I think they had a really good idea, and I think it was kind of cool. They're like, oh, hey. But, yeah, shitty shit. And the only reason I brought it up is because I just saw that thing where they saw them like, fuck that. And I guess one of the people that they made a movie start off from there, but I was like, yeah, no, that pissed me off. And I never even watched like the series. Then of course the one movie they got made from was the Battle of Shaker Heights with Shia LaBeouf. To my knowledge, was when people started like, yeah, this is kind of not a good movie.
Right. Yeah.
It was like so the movie that was selected that was made out of all the other movies that could have been chosen was not a good movie. Okay, so right on.
Of course.
All right, so anyway, like I said, I saw that. I just want to tell that story.
Yeah. Anyway, yep. So, this has been a fun one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever do one like this again. I mean, it just took too much out of me.
Like, it was very exhausting. Thankfully, this is the last one we're doing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like the dissecting a song like that.
Oh, it just broke your spirit too much.
Well, I guess we could probably do another. It's just can't be Vanilla Ice though. It just can't be Vanilla Ice.
Nah, it'll probably be a while before we find one that we really need to do like that again.
Excellent.
But yeah, anyways, so thanks for giving us a listen, folks. Be sure to check out our other stuff, and we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, man. Zang, yo.
Did you hear when I paused?
All right there, folks. That was Our Moms Think We're Funny. Let's give them a hand.